the idea is if you're trying to spend less to do deals, something has to be better. Like you have to perform better somewhere. The goal here in your marketing is to get to a consistent spend. Everybody talks about it as spend per month, but really it's about how do I get consistent actions happening every week, right? Because as you start to do more consistent actions, you'll get to that consistent deal flow. It sounds so silly and so oversimplified, but that's really what it is, right? It's just a matter of what number are you paying attention to. So a lot of people will say, well, I'm spending the same amount of money every month, but I'm not getting the same result, or I'm not getting as many deals. Okay, well, if you're spending the same a month, are you reaching out to the same number of sellers? Are you talking to the same number of sellers? The biggest piece is how many sellers are you talking to every week, and how do you increase that number no matter what you're doing? So in Jermaine's case, he's got a driving for dollar list. Jermaine, is that you driving around, or are you like paying somebody hourly to do that? There's a lot of different ways to do that, but obviously you're in a driving for dollar list, you're getting to some stuff, likely getting to some stuff that the bigger mass marketers aren't able to really get to. So for everybody on this call, and somebody's in the 1 to 3,000 range, like all this stuff still applies, right? But the idea is if you're trying to spend less to do deals, something has to be better. Like you have to perform better somewhere, right? Because you can't just like say, okay, I'm going to spend $1 to their 10 and everything else is going to be the same and I'm going to win. Like it's just not there in your favor, right? So how do we affect it and make it better? You start doing things like driving for dollars, right? Where you're hitting distressed motivation in a way that's different than just go pulling a big list and hitting it all, right? So you're going to target down. What Jermaine's really doing is, Jermaine, how many records are you pulling a week or a month? He's just doing what we've been talking about here, week in, week out, right? So like week in, week out, we keep talking about like, okay, if you want to get more out of your dollar spent on marketing, we got to get nimble and we got to get ultra targeted, right? So we can go deeper into a tighter circle. But I find people off of the Uber and Lyft Facebook groups. Okay, this is a great, Jermaine, this is an awesome thing you found here, right? So you guys paying attention to the chat here, you see how Jermaine's doing this? So this particular one is him driving for dollar, but he's found a way to find the Uber and Lyft drivers in the Facebook groups that they're talking in his area, and communicate with them and get them like, hey, while you're driving around, if you see an address that looks distressed or looks like this, whatever, jot it down, send it to me, right? And if I can make a deal out of it, I'll kick you whatever. It's a really cool way to do it, Jermaine. I like that, right? So you're activating the bees buzzing out there for you. That's awesome. And then you use the tool of Better Skip Trace to now get to those owners and do what you got to do. So awesome stuff. Great deal there. What else, guys? So for you guys spending, and even whoever it was that said 1 to 3,000, for you guys spending $3,000 or less a month, what are you doing? Where are you spending it? I have a channels poll up here. Let me do this one to see just what channels you guys are using, but use the chat as well. How are you spending that money? What are you trying to do? Are you being consistent with it? Are you like all over the place?